Hello. So today I wanted to talk about how to process emotions, how to release those negative emotions, and how to live free, how to find healing when it comes to emotional wellness, but also how our emotions and our physical health are both connected. So some of you may have seen my recent post or some of the things that I've been going through the last I would say 5-6 days. And spring has never been easy for our family, as my husband is gone so much, and now we have 4 little ones, and you know, I got a lot on my plate. My husband has a lot on his plate, but this journey, that what happened over the past 5, 6, 7 days has been a learning experience, and so many people out there are also going through some stressful situations. And you know, emotions are something that God gave us, but at the same time, like, it is really important that we know how to process them and how to release them when we have some negative emotions. Because if we just back them, what happens is, I saw that my body reacted really, really strongly, and it actually made me physically, I don't remember being that sick, probably, 2020, November, when I had something that was going around. And thankfully it was very short-lived, but I couldn't function. I had horrible migraine. And going back a little bit, how everything got started was that, Wednesday night, it was closer to 10 o'clock, my husband came home and just shared some news with me that, we were planning on having a big change that was going to take place in our family. And, it all just kind of shattered. There were multiple pieces of things that were not going to happen anymore. And my strength is not adaptability. I like to have a plan. I like to, have some type of heads up when things are happening. And, after a really, really long day already with the children, like, those news just, they put me in a situation that, I burst out in tears. The next day, the same thing. And I started my body being impacted on all the emotional stuff. I was thinking that I was processing it, but I was not. I could see the emotions turning into physical pain. And then by the time Thursday night came around, it was another night that my husband was out of town coaching at a track meet. And by 5 o'clock when we got home, literally during that day, I took my son to his ninja practice, took the other 3 kids to the park. I laid down on the ground at the park. Like, my migraine was so bad that it was really bright outside. I had to close my eyes, and I don't know what the other moms were thinking, but like, I was not there. I was physically there, but I did not know what my children were doing. We went to Oliver's swim lessons. I was able to drive there, and we got home, and 5 o'clock at night, I put myself to bed. I literally felt like somebody was hitting me with a hammer if I moved my head at all. Did not have any light. Felt nauseous, and just had this physical pain take over my body. And, I had 4 children that were 8 and under, on their own, unsupervised, in the rest of the night until the day came home, like 9:45. And thankfully, they have learned to take care of each other. But that was a situation that, it was hard to, even as a mom, to go through. But that's why I think it's even more important that I wanted to come and share, what I learned from it. And because a lot of moms, a lot of people are in different situations that it's stressful, and we are just not able to process and release those emotions. So anyway, I want to keep it this short. So this book, if you have not had a chance to take a look at it, it's called Essential Emotions: Process, Release, and Live Free. There is also a wonderful app that you can get, and it gets updated. But this one has a little bit more information. I personally like to have a physical copy, but this one is a cool thing. Process, Release, and Live Free. There is a couple of different ways. So I did have an additional tool that I was able to use. I don't even know where it is right now, but I have a little iTobi scanner. So at the peak of my migraine, I use that scanner, and it works very similarly if you have a watch or any type of device that kind of reads your body. But I wanted to see what showed up, what natural solutions, because typically it tells me like, okay, if something is going on physically or something is going emotionally, and everything that came there was emotional. It didn't show that I was struggling really with physical stuff. There was tiny amount for immune support, but everything else was related to emotional things. And eventually I opened the book, and it gave me Calmer as number 1 oil. I'm going to read the a little bit more the description, what the Calmer. It's actually from the Children's line. So kids collection, restful blend, meant to support sleep and kind of calm the kiddos, but obviously it works for mama too. And then I had some other oils. So normally, like if you don't have an iTobi scanner, there's a couple of different ways, and this book walks you through, like, you can look up the oil that you are either drawn to, that you really, really enjoy, or sometimes it's the oil that we need, that you have resistant to it. And to be honest, one of my oils that came up was turmeric, and I knew the emotional components of turmeric, and I was like, I don't want to deal with it. I don't want turmeric right now. And but my body needed it, or my emotions, my heart. Then there is another way you can look at physical pain. So I'm going to walk you through some of the things that showed up, because this is also something that I shared, with my husband afterwards. I just continued reading all the different symptoms that I had, and it showed the emotional root cause for those emotions. And now afterwards we can laugh about it, but while I was experiencing those emotions or those physical pains and discomforts, it was not fun. And then there is also a place where you can look at a lack or excess of emotion, and it kind of tells you, which oil to go: emotion, body, connection. So this is really quickly, and let me first of all read for the Calmer. So for each oil, it has a description. It has also suggested uses for it. It tells what ingredients are, if it's a blend. It shows what negative emotions it helps with, and then what are the positive properties or positive emotions that you can get your body feeling if we can release those negative emotions. So for Calmer, it says Calmer has a soothing influence on the heart and mind. It consoles individuals when they are feeling out of control, worried, or overwhelmed. Maybe just a little bit what I was feeling. This blend is also beneficial when an individual is feeling overstimulated and has trouble quieting the mind and restoring inner harmony. Trying to do too much in life or fit too much in each day is disquieting to the delicate inner workings of most individuals. Calmer is stabilizing and reassuring when the frenetic pace of life disturbs one's center. And then it goes on, Calmer blend gently encourages individuals to look for patterns of imbalance that may be playing out in their lives and to choose to realign with their intuition and heart knowing. It reminds that while there are many good things that one can choose to spend their time on, there are actually very few that will bring lasting happiness, peace, and purpose. A lot of things that we were dealing with were related to our family time and plans that we had for next year and stuff like that. So they can choose each new day to slow down and check within to discover what it is that they should embrace and what they should let go of. On its deepest level, Calmer invites individuals to trust in the divine while trying to manifest in their lives. It helps in feeling connected and supported by divine beings of light. Calmer speaks softly, it's comforting, core message. Everything is going to be okay. And that's what I needed at that moment. I needed to know that everything is going to be okay, even though our plans that we had planned were not going to, play out the way. And then the negative emotions, it says upset, worried, overscheduled, imbalanced, and here it says positive properties: calm, reassured, restful, realigned, and peaceful. And the once I found this, and let's just say I have kind of bathed myself in it. Thankfully, I do have even the doTERRA doesn't sell. This is only available in Australia. It has been available in US one time in an actual oil bottle form, so you can put it in a diffuser. So I have done both, but using the oil blend in, we were able to schedule some time also with my husband away from the kids on Saturday, but taking the time to really let myself process what's going on. I realized how much my emotions actually played a role in the physical pain. And then using the tools that I have, it is really, really neat to see what has happened. I feel like my body just made 180. And then also, it allowed me to be still. My strengths are go, 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 go. Lots of executing, lots of things. I love being busy and doing things. And for me to close my eyes, not multitask, and force myself to really, really just literally be awake and have nothing else to do besides just process and think and reflect, that's rare. And I felt like God used that in my life in a way that, I had to be thinking about our marriage. I had to be thinking about our homeschooling journey. Was that what we wanted to continue next year? And the same thing when it comes to just all of our dreams and plans for next year, and kind of let myself, also go through the grieving process, that some of the change that I was hoping for, it wasn't time for it yet. But then also seeing what are the beautiful things that are going to take place, because, now something else is going to happen that we had kind of closed the door in our life. So anyway, let me continue. I want to read just a little bit about turmeric. I'm not going to read the whole thing, but turmeric, it's an oil of restoration. Turmeric repairs individuals physically, mentally, and emotionally. And then let me see what else. Turmeric offers strength and hope to ground individuals during times of significant change. And turmeric imbues the soul with courage and lends the strength to turn what seems like unconquerable obstacles into navigatable paths. So, and then this one talks about also when you feel like you're paralyzed, or there is, just a lot of things going on. It brings restoration physically, mentally, and emotionally. At that point, it was one of the least oils that I wanted to touch, but the iTovi scanner thankfully, showed that I needed it, and I've been utilizing it. So then, if we look at the body-mind connection, and because a lot of times when people are dealing with pain, it can be actually rooted in our emotions. And or if people are not sleeping well, the pain might be the issue there. And so we we need to be willing to admit that we have maybe some things that we've been just backing down, and like that our body's showing the signs of pain and discomfort because we have emotions and things that we need to actually process and be able to release before we can feel the difference. So it says the body sheds the tears the eyes refuse to shed. Let that sink in. The body sheds the tears, causes the physical pain the eyes refuse to shed. So when we feel sad, when we feel angry, when we feel any negative emotions, and I know that tears are not always the only way of healing, but a lot of times we may even block those tears because we want to be strong, and then we're blocking them, and then what happens? It's going, those emotions that are backed are going to be impacted on our body, and then our body sheds the tears in form of coming out of some type of discomfort or pain. So this is really cool. It shows the whole entire body map. Literally there is every single body part that you can think of, and you can look up it has emotional root, underlying emotions, and then you can look up deeper. So I'm going to share just few things that were my kind of trouble areas. So one of the things, yes, seasonal discomfort is here. We got pollen everywhere. Our family has been dealing with, sinus stuff. But, I don't react the same way anymore. But then, yes, that was also pretty intense on that day that I was having that migraine. And this is a part that my husband just kind of started laughing, because one of the ailments was congestion. And it says that the root, emotional root, is suppressing strong emotions. And the emotions were like angry, bitter, self-judgment, but especially the angry and bitterness were the emotions that came very strong. I even told him, I feel angry and bitter that these things are taking place. And because what happened last week, it wasn't just like one situation, it was multiple. It was almost like a domino effect, like typically when one thing goes wrong, it's just like everything starts going wrong. And so so the congestion just kept on going because I was suppressing very strong emotions. Then the next thing is, let me pull it up here. Well, I already mentioned I got some migraine going on that I used to struggle them on a weekly basis as a little girl, and even all the way until college. And the changes that we have made in our life, I would say the last 8 years, I rarely get headaches or anything. And it has been very specific situations. And like I said, it had been probably at least 2 years, if not longer, since the last time I felt anything like it. It says head tension, the emotional root, processing events around you. Well, I was trying to process what was going around me because feeling frustrated, overwhelmed, and powerless. I don't think they could be able to sum it up more. Then other thing that, I had where the pain was I felt nauseous. I had neck pain, where my degenerated discs are. And the next says, emotional root is accepting change. I was not willing to accept the change. And it says the feelings were angry, confused, stuck. Those two other ones, it says guilty and obsessed. Not really, but angry, confused, and stuck. I did not know how I was going to be able to even, get myself out of the pit that I was in. And then it says nauseous feelings. This one just says feelings of hopeless, bitter, and So yeah, it has been a journey, but this is just a really, really quick overview, what this book allows you to do. We also have wonderful worksheet that it's a breakthrough worksheet that walks you through it. So you don't have to have an iTovi scanner. Basically, you start with those three things. You either start with the oil that you are drawn to, or maybe you don't even want to be around at all, and then emotion. What emotion is coming up to you? You can look at emotions and it starts breaking it down for you, and see what oil, can be connecting to that emotion. And then what physical issue, tension are you experiencing? So those would be examples what I just read from the few things that I had going on. And then you look up your identified emotions, you read those chosen oil descriptions. You can go back to the emotions, you release the negative emotions, and you receive it in a new way. There's a declaration, visualization, and just like nurturing your body, and this is a 2-page worksheet, but it is very helpful and something that I will, from now on, going through this experience, I will definitely start using this with my children, but then also with friends and family when I have any individuals that I'm working individually with them, going through emotional things. This one is a wonderful tool because if you have ever experienced pain and now looking back, can you link that there has been some emotional stuff going on too? Because a lot of times what does the world tells us when we have pain? The first thing that typically people would do, they would just reach for a synthetic option that would mask the symptom temporarily. It's not addressing the root cause at all. I know that, and I already developed allergies to aspirin and ibuprofen, so I cannot take those. So that's why using natural solutions to create a healthy inflammatory environment in my body, reduce discomfort naturally, has been so close to my heart. But then now being able to recognize how much our emotions also play a role in that, pain and discomfort. I have never felt that big of a difference in just few days. And I've also never experienced, I think the last time that I went through something similar that I can recall that emotions triggered a physical pain like that was 2004 when I lost my very dear friend in a car accident in high school. It caused lots of physical pain. But, this is something that so many people are dealing with every single day. And if I can do anything to help you guys, I would love to even just schedule time. If this is a topic that speaks to you, I know that we're headed to Europe in 2 weeks for 2 months, and we're going to be doing similar emotional workshops there because we got reflexologists who are specialized in emotional healing, but then also so many people are looking for natural ways to bring their body back to homeostasis, to reduce the daily stress, be able to help themselves, but then also their loved ones to feel better. Because the world that we live in right now, the stats are very alarming, even for younger children. Their emotional and mental wellness is not good. And when we have tools that we can actually help them feel better, that's why I am so passionate about. I will continue showing up and sharing oils and, these solutions every single day. And those people who want to follow me, or my posts, they can. Those who want to unclick, unfollow, I'm completely fine with it because I want to work with the people that, want to use these tools. and I've seen the change in my own children's life. Like when I felt awful, guess who was there to help me? My 4 and 6-year-olds. My 6-year-old gave me whole and there body massage. She's like, Mommy, would you like to have just, back massage, or would you like to have like your whole and their body? She's like, I can do your hands and your feet and your neck and your head. And I'm like, go for it, girl. And it has been a joy to watch her and learn about oils. Like right now, it wasn't only me who was learning about Calmer. They sat there next to me when I opened the book and I was reading through the prescription or the description, like what it was doing, and they may be young, but they are pretty good natural solutions providers and solving problems, already with these tools. And then the following day, my 4-year-old was taking care of Elena, who is 6, and then also was like, Mommy, can I do a hand massage for you? I know that you have had a very difficult time. And I said, yes, you can. And but anyway, this is way longer than I intended to, but I will link up some of the example pages from the book, and if you would like to get the worksheets, just let me know, and then or even schedule time to talk more about this topic. I would love to connect with you, and maybe we can even get together with small group of people that would like to kind of be open about their emotions and things that are going through in their life. And you don't need iTopia scanner for it. We can help you find, if you're able to learn to identify your emotions, then we will be able to use the book to find the oils. And then the same way, if you are able to identify the physical pain or the body system in your that is causing challenges, then we can work backwards and find the oils that can support. So anyway, I hope you guys have a wonderful day, and I hope you found this at least a little bit helpful. So talk to you soon. Bye.